normal way on your bed. I lie this way so that, it's better for viewing. It looks kind of crazy if I'm with my feet in your face. So, welcome to yoga. Very gentle yoga. Take a few deep breaths, arriving here on your bed or on your mat, and just happy to be away from the outside right now and going on the inside, taking an inward journey. You can support your legs, your head, make yourself very comfortable. And if you like, you can close your eyes. I'll share a little positive story today, some good news in honor of baseball. When Kevin Ashford heard about a 9-year-old girl whose baseball card collection was destroyed in a fire, he knew exactly what to do with the more than 25,000 cards that he had acquired over the last 2 decades. Reese Osterberg lives in Fresno County, California, and has been playing baseball since she was in preschool. She began collecting baseball cards about 3 years ago, and all 100 of them were lost when the creek fire burned down her family's home. When local firefighters learned that her cards had been ruined, they asked the community to help her start a new collection. Ashford told ABC7 he had thought about selling his cards online, but is glad he held on to them so they could go to Osterberg and her friends. It's just one thing after another that's been happening here during 2020, and I just want to make it a little easier for these kids. Oh, yes, a little sliver of feel good. Those moments are happening in and around us. They really are. We have to remember to see them and read about them and feel them. And let's create a balanced breath today. So as you inhale, you'll find a count of 4 and an exhale to a count of 4. Of course, if that number is too large or too small, you change it and you make it yours. But it's an even length in breath, even length out breath. And you may like to take one hand to belly and one hand to heart center, connecting hands to body, body breathing, balanced breath. Notice if your mind wandered and lovingly, gently come back to your breath. And take one more round, counting your breath. And bring both hands to touch in front of your heart center. Grateful for our practice today, for people that give baseball cards, for our community here. Let's send some good out into the world. You can release your arms out into a T, and you decide legs straight or legs bent. You'll just roll your head a little bit side to side. You don't even have to find the end range, just a little bit rolling side to side. If you want to pause on one side, you can do that. And you can come back to center, bend your knees, take your feet a little wider than your hips, and let's start with some small windshield wipers, letting the legs go side to side. But don't worry about getting the knees down to the bed or the mat. So if we were driving, we would be going, like 26 miles an hour instead of 65. Just slowly easing in. Let's take one more each way. And you can straighten your arms or your legs out and take them wide. So arms are wide, legs are wide. Take a big full inhale, like your whole body is inhaling. And open your mouth, exhale if you'd like. Sound, audible exhale. Two more times like that. Full inhale, big exhale, and one more. Make as much noise as you'd like. Go ahead and bend your knees. Feet are still wide. Arms can be in a T or maybe in a cactus. Just depends on what's comfortable for your shoulders. And we'll put the neck and the windshield wipers together. So knees go one way, head turns the other way. Being mindful to not push, to just explore and let it feel really good. Not trying to get anywhere specific. Maybe you want to hold or pause on one side for a breath or two. Back through center and to the other side. And back to center. So now you might like to let the knees fall together, or you can straighten your legs out. So we'll let the arms lift up and we'll make some circles with the arms. So many choices, small circles, big circles. And you can switch direction. And then maybe you have one arm going one way and the other arm going the other way. I don't know, clockwise, counterclockwise, still making circles, still breathing happily and joyfully. And then let your arms release. Take a few breaths right here, just noticing the energy, the feeling in your shoulders. Draw knees in toward your chest now. So you can hug your knees in. You can gently rock side to side or be perfectly still. And coming back to neutral, one hand on each leg, and we'll circle the legs. Switch direction. And release. Stretch your legs out. Consider taking the wide legs again, arms reaching out wide. Room for breath. Big inhale, big exhales 3 times. Go ahead, bend your knees. Let your arms rest down by your sides. We're going to do one more hip circle. So there's a choice here. We'll take the right leg and you can reach it up toward the sky and you'll make some circles, the whole leg circling. So not the ankle, although that feels divine. We'll get to that. But the whole leg circling. If it feels better, you can straighten the left leg out again. So you don't need to have the leg straight. This one that's circling, switch direction, and you can kind of challenge yourself here. You could draw a teeny tiny circle, like a grape. And you might draw a bigger circle and maybe a really big one. Good. Release. Both legs are bent. We'll start with the left leg going up toward the sky, experimenting with some circles, keeping your right leg bent or deciding to straighten it out. A whole new side. So see what you notice, what you learn. Small and big circles. Whenever you want, you can switch direction. There's a sneaky little core work involved here so that you don't tip over. All right, one more circle and release. Just rest, just pause, let your body breathe. You can take up space if you want to, or you can just be right here breathing. When we twist Yogi's choice, you can take a gentle twist where you draw your knees in and take them both to one side. Otherwise, I'm going to grab a pillow here. Oh, I have a long, big pillow, so let's use that. So, this other twist is, well, let's do it this way so that you can see. All right, so pillow is on your left side if you're taking a twisting uh, adventure with me. Left side pillow, left leg straight, hug your right leg in. And then the right leg goes across and lands on the pillow. The right leg can stay bent, or if you have room, you can straighten it out. Arms can be in a T. If this feels like it's too loud and too much, then go back and do a gentle twist that feels amazing. Let it feel good. A few more breaths on this side. You might let your eyes close. And bring your head back to neutral. Bend your top leg and roll onto your back. Now you can take your pillow to the other side, onto the right side of your body. Right leg is straight, left leg hug in, and then left leg across to the pillow. Arms out in a T, maybe straightening the leg, this top leg. And perhaps looking the opposite way. You might let your eyes close and feel your body breathing in this beautiful rotation, spinal twist. A few more breaths on this second side. And bring your head back to neutral. Bend the top leg and roll onto your back. Bend your knees. Left leg on top for thread the needle. So many choices here. Let me even show you with a pillow. So left leg is on top. You could even take a pillow under your right foot. So we found a little support in thread the needle. Of course, you can draw the legs in if you want to, or you can just be in this super feel good variation. And let your arms rest wherever they're comfortable. Shavasana, T, cactus. Without forcing, take some nice deep breaths here. Let your whole body feel like it's breathing, especially outer left hip and thigh. And you can stay right where you are here in this nice, lovely thread the needle variation. If you want, you can keep the shape, but let the left foot come down to the bed or the mat. So the shape does not really change. It's twisty. And then this left knee is up toward the sky. You can take your right hand and gently guide the leg away from your body. Most likely, you feel this stretch on the left side where you would put your hand in a pocket. So, the area of a pocket. Just one more breath here on this. I don't really know the name of this stretch. And then you can release the hand, bring yourself back into thread the needle. One more breath here. And we'll switch sides. So you can relocate your pillow if you liked that variation. Right ankle on top of the left thigh, arms wherever they're comfortable. Breathing into hip, outer thigh, wherever you find sensation. full breaths, filling all the way up and emptying all the way out. Staying here, or perhaps finding that weird, twisty, dropping this shape so that your right foot comes down to touch the bed or the mat, and then your left hand can guide the leg away from your body. So, pocket area. It's the TFL, tensor fascia lata, and it becomes your famous IT band. It goes right into that. So, I know you're thrilled to know that. But it's an area that's very, very tight on many people. So we give it a little bit of love here. One more breath in this shape, strange asana, I could call it. And we release. Come back, thread the needle, one more breath. And then we'll roll all the way onto one side into fetal pose. So we're going to do a little rock and roll here. If you don't want to do that, then you can stay in fetal pose. We'll be with you in a moment. But right now, we're going to do just a little bit of rock and roll. So legs are stacked, hands are stacked, arms are stacked. Top arm and top leg go up and go to the other side, and bottom arm and bottom leg follow. A gentle roll, not rushing. Top arm and leg go up and over, and the other leg and arm follow. Top limbs, bottom limbs. Next time you arrive on your side where you were, you'll pause and you'll stay here. You can add a cushion between your legs. And we'll take the top arm now and we'll just reach it up and over the body and then back down. So it goes from hip up and over the ear and back down just a few times. One more. Good. Let your arm rest. Let your legs rest. Breathe into the back of your body. Fetal pose. Lots of space for the low back and the upper back. Two more deep breaths here. Go ahead and roll on to your second side now. Pause in fetal pose. I'm going to turn myself around so that I can still see what's going on and you can see me. Second side, fetal pose, but of course, we're going to roll a few times if you'd like. You don't have to. Top arm and top leg go up and over, bottom arm and leg follow. The top arm and leg start, and then the bottom leg and arm follow. Side to side. This is really, I hope, feeling good in your body. I love this. And it's nice on the bed because you've got a lot of cushion. So if you're on your mat, I hope that you're feeling good too. Last one here, we land on this second side fetal pose. You can put the pillow between the legs. And this top arm, when you're ready, can go up and over the ear and then back down to the hip. Reaching up and over and back. Just 2 more times. And then let your arm rest. Fetal pose, full breaths. Yogi's choice now. You can make a pillow stack to create an inversion. They give 3 choices. So you can roll onto your back and use all of your pillows, make a pillow stack to have your legs up and supported. You can use every pillow you have. If you want to take a bed bridge pose, then you can lift your hips and bring your pillow underneath your pelvis and take your legs up. That'd be nice too. That feels good on the bed. If it's available and you want to take your legs up the headboard or up the wall, then you can do that. That's what I'm going to do. Scoop myself over. You can get close, just like when we take legs on a chair or legs up the wall, get close to the surface, and then legs can come up. Support your head and your neck. And give yourself a moment to get set up and to arrive in the pose. Let your arms rest wherever they're comfy, maybe one hand on belly, one hand on heart center. I'll invite you here to remember your balanced breathing. So inhaling and exhaling for the same count. And if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can just let your body breathe in any way it wants. Begin to deepen your breath here and your inversion, taking a few nice full inhales and exhales. If you have your legs up, you'll bend your knees and roll to one side. We're setting up for a Shavasana, the special meditation for today. So get yourself comfortable. You might like pillows under your thighs, something under your head. And then your arms rest by your sides. Getting yourself completely comfortable for probably my favorite meditation, which is Point of Light. Feels like a reminder for each of us to remember that we have a very bright light. We have to let it shine. So you will use your imagination, visualize a point of light. It can look like a star, a sparkle, a candle, whatever came into your mind is perfect. And that's what you'll use. And let yourself completely rest, supported. Allow your eyes to close. And see a point of light at the crown of your head. Point of light at the space between your eyebrows. Point of light at your throat. Point of light at your heart. Point of light at your left shoulder, left elbow crease, left wrist, palm of your left hand. Point of light at your heart. Point of light at your right shoulder, right elbow crease, right wrist, palm of your right hand. Point of light at your heart. Point of light at your navel. Point of light at the base of your spine. Point of light at your left hip, left knee, left ankle, sole of your left foot. Point of light at the base of your spine. Point of light at your right hip, right knee, right ankle, sole of your right foot. Point of light at the base of your spine. Point of light at your heart. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Imagine breathing in your whole body, filling up, emptying out. And wiggle toes and fingers. Maybe reach your arms up and overhead. Stretch through your whole body. And bend your knees and roll onto one side. Maybe really focus and keep that point of light in your heart over the next several days. I know there's a lot going on. Maybe that will bring you some peace. Bring yourself up to sit and bring your hands to touch in front of your heart. Let your light shine for yourself, for those around you, for everybody. Thank you for sharing your practice today, for showing up. Take great care. Namaste.